This Wack 100, Adin Ross, and Blueface drama is literally insane. It has taken a turn I don't think anybody expected. Wack 100 went live this morning and accused Adin Ross of some pretty serious things. Adin Ross went live and accused Blueface of some pretty serious things. There's a lot to cover here, but let's start from the very beginning. Adin Ross does these boxing events called Brand Risk. He obviously, right, came to an agreement with Blueface to fight on Brand Risk. Blueface was fighting one of Adin Ross's good friends, Chibu. Like Chibu started off as like a Adin Ross stream extra. They grew a relationship. Brand Risk started. Chibu has been boxing on Brand Risk ever since. Now, after the fight, though, because Blueface lost, after the fight, Blueface said this, and this is the moment that started everything.
But hey, shout out to Brand Risk.
Shout out to Brand Risk. And Blue, if you do get back on Brand Risk, do you want a rematch or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on Brand Risk because you tampering with the bets.
Never that. Never that. I don't know what he's talking about. Chibu!
Adin Ross played it off really cool in a moment, but Adin was pissed. Adin was enraged, upset about this. I know this based on the conversations behind the scenes. Adin Ross were pissed. Rainbet, who are the sponsors for the event, you know, they're everywhere on the event. They are a gambling company, all right? So when you have somebody accusing the host of the event of fudging bets, well, like that company can only exist if people have faith that the company is on the up and up and everything is legit and fair. So they took it very seriously too, and they began to force Adin Ross to try to get Blueface to offer up a retractment. Blueface refused to. And the reason why Blueface even felt like, you know, the bets were being fudged by Adin Ross, because Blueface felt like he won the fight. Blueface felt like he won the fight at least 4-2. I also scored the fight 4-2, but I understood why Chibu will be granted a W because Chibu was the aggressor all night. Chibu was the one pushing forward. Blueface kept him off him with the jab, but Chibu was aggressive. Chibu at some point had Blueface out the ring. So I could understand why Chibu would be given the victory. I had Blueface 4-2. But so Blueface was already pissed because he felt like he won the fight, and he felt like the only reason why he lost the fight is because Adin Ross, who is throwing the event, who is the owner of the event, had bets on Chibu.
Now let me tell you what Blueface is talking about. This is what made Blueface believe this. Let's take a listen to this.
It's like 180 right now.
Let's bet 108,000. I got Chibu. You got Blueface tonight. Because I know you got to go with Blue and I got to go with Chibu.
180,000?
Yes. You know you got that new steak deal. You could do it.
You know I don't be with you know.
DD, when are we going to see another fighter from your community? I want to see.
It's like 180 right now.
Let's bet 108,000. I got Chibu. You got Blueface tonight. Because I know you got to go with Blue and I got to go with Chibu.
180,000?
Yes. You know you got that new steak deal. You could do it.
Now,
You know.
Adin said, let's bet 180,000. He putting it on Chibu. That's Blueface's opponent. Blueface, we ain't gonna talk about the 20 grand he bet academics. We ain't gonna talk about that. Now, let's go back to Adam's fight. Let's see what we got going on here.
Chibu, no. He said no, right? No.
Adam, can you please tell the brother if he believe in you, then put something up?
I can't bet. I can't bet on my own promotions. I'll get arrested. You see what's happening to all these NBA players, NFL, MLB players, bro. I can't do that. I don't want to get that.
Y'all be having some good excuses, man.
I do, yeah.
Y'all.
Adin said in January on Adam's fight, he can't bet.
I don't know if the fight is rigged. I don't. Now, I had the fight scored at 4-2. The person that Adin Ross bet 20,000 with academics, he had the fight scored at 4-2. A lot of other people did. But it's not like Blueface just completely destroyed Chibu. I could see how the judges could vote for Chibu. But, you know, it does look kind of crazy when you are betting on fights before the actual fight and you're the person who has put the event on. You feel me? Like, you are the owner of the event. You should be more responsible than that, you know? Now, Adin Ross, when Blueface did this, was really upset. He was very upset at Blueface. And he's even more upset, right, because Rainbet is on his behind. So Adin Ross went publicly after trying to pressure Blueface to apologize and retract the statements behind the scenes. Adin Ross finally went public to alert Blueface that he's not getting paid at all.
Regarding and addressing Blueface. Well, again, Blue, I know you're upset you lost. I understand. And I give you your props for getting in the ring. And it was very tough to get you an opponent. But again, for you to shit on and say it's rigged because Adin had money up and whatnot, bro, I bet $10,000 with academics. I'm not sitting here betting on RainBet. I bet, 20 bands with Ac and whatnot. I have no control. I have no control over what happened. And Blue, to be honest with you, bro, there was a moment where you got trapped in the corner and you almost the ref almost went like this and TKO'd it because you weren't defending yourself. And for everybody online trying to shit on Chibu, saying Chibu's 70 pounds higher than him, he accepted the fight. These fighters know their terms. And Blue said, if it's not 6 rounds, I'm not fighting. And they fought at 6 rounds. Chibu gave him the 6 rounds. If it was 3, it wouldn't have happened. Judges make bad calls or good calls every fight. Okay? If you think Blueface won this fight, some of you guys thought AP the Fighter lost the last fight. I have no say. Jordan has no say. Nobody on my team has no say. There's no cheating. The judges make the... There's actual contractual obligations that he didn't follow, so he breached. He was supposed to wear a rain patch on his shorts. He didn't. And he's going to have to pay $100,000 for that. Like, he can't speak about anything, money, how much he got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements. And he didn't. We gave him some time. We didn't want to do it. Now we're going to do it. So, yeah, we tried. We tried working with him and Wack, and they weren't really... And they didn't want to work with us, so sucks. But yeah, we tried. I literally wanted to pay him.
This is some nasty work. This is nasty stuff, man. If you want to sue Blueface for defamation, you do that. But that man don't put his life on the line and come and fight for you, and then you don't pay him, right? Trying to use technicalities. So the rain bat shorts was not an issue. If it was an issue, y'all would have stopped him and had him put on rain bat shorts or have a path for him to put it on. You would have done that if that was the thing, but you didn't, right? Like you didn't. No, like you let him go out and fight. Y'all seen him when he got to the building. Y'all seen what he had on, but y'all didn't care about the patch, right? Like, you know, like it wasn't a thought. It didn't become a thought until y'all were looking for ways not to pay him because he exposed you. He called you out. That's nasty stuff, right? It was even more nasty. So the Gypsy Crusader, he didn't breach a contract, right? He didn't breach any of the contract, right? When he did a Nazi salute in the ring, that wasn't a breach of the contract, but Blueface calling you out was. This is just an attempt to squeeze Blueface to get him to come out and apologize to Adin Ross. This is Adin Ross trying to throw some muscle around, and it's nasty and it's disgusting from my perspective, bro. In terms of Blueface saying how much he made, he didn't. Blueface was very careful with his words. Blueface never gave an exact amount. He said he made over a particular amount. He never told the exact amount how much he made.
We can say what we want now, Chad, but we're just going to go back and watch the punch ratio. I'll definitely never fight on brand risk again. Just based on Adin's business skills. Oh, Adin, my bad,
Adin already been telling them, bro, these fucking judges suck game, man.
No, boxing is the sport comes with losses. How much did I make on the fight? Oh, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 300,000. I'll let you guess from there. And that's just for the fight. That's not even including nothing else. So it's definitely a celebration, chat.
Wack 100 is who negotiated, you know, like Blueface payment, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, you know, he's Blueface manager. He's the one who negotiated these things for him. So Wack 100 is very familiar with the contract, but Wack had to contact his lawyers just to make sure that there was no clause in there with the rain bat shorts and the patch on the shorts and things like that, right? And things of that sort. So Wack 100 would say after contacting his lawyers that Adin Ross lied, that there was nothing in that contract about Blueface having to wear a rain bat, patch on his shorts. Like, that's just not true. It's just false. And Wack would also accuse Adin Ross of doing some pretty disturbing things as well.
Yo, 9:15, y'all tune in. Sorry I had to come to this, but 100 So YouTube channel, the truth about Adin Ross and the boxing match, right? And his sexual advances at people. Hate to say it, but he tried his bully tactics, and I guess he thought we was gonna go street, and we kept it corporate. Adin, nothing in the contract supports what you talking about. We'll play the long game. But I want you to tell the people on how you tried to use your Jewish ties for whatever reason, as if I had a problem with you being Jewish, and how you continue to make sexual advances at me. Just the other day, after I asked you time and time again, can you please respect that I'm a straight man? You know we got the content.
So Wack will also post messages of Adin Ross saying they could kiss and make up. I guess this is like the sexual harassment. I'll be real, this does look kind of crazy, man. Like, this does look pretty insane, okay? So Wack will say, bro, I'm owed monies. You think it's funny. It's not. I don't do bad business. But again, everybody has his day. I've been doing this a long time. I ain't them. I would never allow this to happen to anybody on my watch that I claim was a friend ever. Now, and Adin Ross says, please, question mark. So, well, here, you can't even see that part. Let me just make this smaller so y'all could actually see like what I'm seeing, okay? So, apparently, like, Wack is writing this in a group chat with academics and others. So Adin says, please. So Adin, yo, I'll be real, yo. I've been warned y'all about Adin. This white boy is trying to humiliate them. It's not even about like trying to work. No, he's trying to humiliate them. Say please. Oh, he's saying, please, can we kiss and make up? Wack is like, bro, my guy, I'm not gay and I don't fear no community because I have partners and friends amongst them all. So Adin Ross would then say, bro, you know I'm solid. Nobody gonna come to Compton and bless these communities. We got so much ish to do to save the world. Yo, this white boy is disgusting, man. Yo, Adin is a disgusting human being. I ain't gonna lie, bro. So then Adin starts to troll. He says I'm gay. He says, are you rejecting me because I'm white, Jewish, and gay? Wow, an anti-Semite, homophobe, disgusting. So Wack starts to think that maybe Adin Ross is trying to set up these messages to get Wack to say something crazy about that community so he could also use that as a reason not to pay them. So Wack says, no, I said I'm not gay. You keep saying we should kiss. I'm letting you know as a straight man, I'm not gay. I don't kiss men. And Wack says, and what you don't know is I have many friends and business partners among the community. That tactic doesn't work with me. Try again. Please take that approach. I don't think you know me very well. I'm the street guy with a transgender reality show. Don't work, bro. Too many of my friends are part of that community. Adin says, hey, yo. Wack starts naming like the various shows where people is on that. Now, Wack calls it out, and Wack says, you're trying to use race and Jewish attacks. Never from me. I have too many Jewish and all race friends and partners. Adin Ross says, bro, call your lawyer now, like right now. So Wack says, now calling nothing, he knows what he's doing. He says, your lawyer is a bit scared in my opinion, allegedly. I believe in my opinion, I have a strong position here. Wack says, oh, you keep thinking he's scared. You new to this, not me. Adin Ross then will post a picture of two Jewish guys and says, what do you rate me 1 to 10? I'm a nice Jewish white kid. So he's just trolling Wack, bruh. Just trolling. So Wack will ultimately then take to his particular YouTube channel and he will break down that the breach of contract that Adin Ross claimed is a breach of contract does not exist.
And what Adin said about Doechii and what Blueface said about Adin. You guys tell me if you heard Blueface ever say rain bet or brand risk, and if all he did was isolate it to Adin as his opinion. And then I'll walk it down And I'll play some things that may have provoked Blueface to believe these things. So for this to be his opinion. I'm waiting for legal to give me a right to put the contract up so you guys can read it for yourself. I have text messages of Adin asking me to ask Blueface to lie about certain things. And I denied it. I said, no, that ain't happening. I didn't even tell my client, I didn't even relay it to my client that this man wanted him to lie about certain things. Why he wants him to lie about certain things, I have no idea. I have zero idea. But for whatever reason, you know, he wanted him to give an apology and say things like, I don't think Rain Bet rigged the fight, when Blueface never once said, never uttered Rain Bet or Brand Risk rigged anything. Actually, in 2 or 3 different clips, he gave shout out to Rain Bet. But he isolated Adin and said, Adin, you. And I'm gonna show you in a minute why he isolated it to Adin. He never, you know, as far as Blueface know, Adin's, he's no different than anybody else, you know, that's marketing and promoting something. And, you know, that's, you know,
I think this is nasty. I think it's disgusting. I don't think it's cool what Adin Ross is doing. If you're not breaching the contract of a dude who did a Nazi salute in the middle of a ring after a fight and you paid him all his money the following day, then it's nasty what you're doing to Blueface. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do y'all think this is fair? Do y'all think this is not fair? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here to find out why Rick Ross is currently panicking because he found out he's about to get exposed. I'm going to see you guys in this Rick Ross video. And if you enjoy my content, send me a hype to this video. It's 100% free. You click the hype button below this video and it helps push my videos in the algorithm. So please send me a hype. I'm going to see you guys in this Rick Ross video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.